All right, guys, we are 3-0 with a push in our last 4 board member tier package bets on BrockPage.com. And if you want to access today's board member tier package bet, the link for that play is in the description section below. $1,000 bettors are still up over $2,700 during that stretch. We currently have over 840 folks who are signed up and active on that website right now. And if you want to know what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website, I'll explain a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free NHL content. We're going to start off with the Red Wings taking on the Hurricanes, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Thursday, April 14th, 2022. Carolina's minus 370, total 6.5. Antti Raanta for Carolina. Alex Nedeljkovic for Detroit. Now, Alex has a losing record between the pipes this year, along with a .334 goals against average. The Red Wings are allowing nearly 35 shots on goal a game when they travel. They've gotten the W in only 29% of their road contests. Meanwhile, offensively, the Red Wings score fewer goals per game on the road than any other team in the NHL. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes, on the other side of things, they're leading the NHL in defensive shots on goal per contest themselves. Antti Raanta is 12-4 in his last 16 starts. .242 goals against average this year, .914 save percentage. The Canes are also allowing just 2.4 goals per contest as a team. Now, scoring-wise, Sebastian Aho leads the club in goals with 34 of them. When it comes to the injury report, Gardner's still out for the Canes. Picard's still out for Detroit. Now, total-wise, Detroit went 70% to the over in their last 10 outings. 3-1 to the over in their last 4 on the road. Meanwhile, Carolina saw 7 out of their last 10 get over the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Carolina minus 1.5 and the over 6.5 goals. Next contest, Senators, Bruins, 7 o'clock East. Boston's minus 275, total 6 goals. Linus Ullmark for Boston, Anton Forsberg for Ottawa. And even though Anton's had a pretty good year thus far, the Sens lost 3 out of their last 4, and they're winning just 38% of their road games. Now, when it comes to offensive production in this one, Ottawa's scoring only 2.7 goals per contest. They're taking on a Boston team who already ranks in the top 5 in fewest goals allowed per contest themselves. They're also limiting their competition to just 28 shots on goal a game. Linus Ullmark comes into today's game with a 23-10 record and a .259 goals against average. Now, the 28-year-old netminder also has a save percentage of .912. And when it comes to offensive play in this one, the Bruins are currently in the top 3 in offensive shots on goal. And they're led by Brad Marchand, who has 31 goals and 73 total points. Now, injury-wise, Lindholm, Grelchik, and Pasternak are still out. Carlo is questionable. Meanwhile, for Ottawa, Zub is questionable. Pinto's still out. Now, when it comes to the number, Ottawa's 23-13 to the under on the road this season. 70% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Boston. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. And speaking of the Bruins, on the other side of things, they held Ottawa to just 1.9 goals a game in their last 10 head-to-head meetings as well. I'm going to lean toward Boston minus 1.5 and the under 6 goals. Next contest, Ducks, Lightning, 7 o'clock East. Tampa Bay's minus 370, total 6 goals. Andrei Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay. Anthony Stolarz for Anaheim. Despite some pretty good numbers out of Stolarz, the Ducks got the W only 2 times since March 6th. They actually posted a record of just 2-15 straight up during that time frame. And aside from winning just 35% of their road games, Anaheim's also averaging just 29 shots on goal a game offensively. They're taking on a Tampa Bay team who allows only 2.7 goals per contest themselves. And they've got Andrei Vasilevsky in the net here today. He's 35-17 with a .243 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. Meanwhile, scoring-wise, Steven Stamkos has 32 goals and 80 total points. Now, total-wise, 7 out of Tampa's last 10 meetings with Anaheim fell under the posted number. Meanwhile, the Ducks went 70% to the under in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward Tampa Bay minus 1.5 and the under 6 goals. Next game, Blues, Sabres, 7 o'clock East. St. Louis is minus 190, total 6.5. Jordan Binnington for the Blues, Craig Anderson for Buffalo. Now, Anderson comes into today's start with a .309 goals against average. The Sabres are also in the bottom 5 in goals allowed, and they're giving up nearly 34 shots on goal per contest. They're taking on a red-hot St. Louis team who won their last 6 straight, and they lost only 3 games since March 19th. They actually went 9-3 straight up during that time frame. Vlad Tarasenko has 28 goals and 67 total points. Meanwhile, Jordan Kyrou has 42 big assists on the year as well. The Blues actually find themselves in the top 3 in scoring on average per contest. When it comes to that injury list, Bozak and McCarron are still out indefinitely. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, Aiken and Samuelson are questionable for them. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Buffalo went 80% to the over in their last 10 outings, 3-1 to the over in their last 4 at home. Meanwhile, the Blues saw their last 4 straight road games all get over the posted number themselves. I'm going to lean towards St. Louis minus 1.5 and the over 6.5 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 3-0 with a push in our last 4 board member tier package bets. I like Carolina minus 1.5 over 6.5 goals. Boston minus 1.5 under 6. St. Louis minus 1.5 over 6.5 goals. As far as all the other games go across the league, I like Washington plus 1.5 under 6.5. Pittsburgh minus 160 over 5.5 goals. Dallas plus $1 over 6. Edmonton plus $1 under 6. I'm also leaning toward San Jose minus $1.20 under 6 goals. Calgary Flames minus 160 under 6. Colorado minus 1.5 over 6.5. And with my next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Vancouver minus 1.5 and the under 6 goals in that tight window. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content every single day all the way through the end of April. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I give out on my website, you're going to want to sign up for my board member tier package. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.